What do politics, childhood memories, and business strategy have in common? Surprisingly, a small box of fruit juice. In Ghana, that juice is Kalyppo. It's sweet, affordable, and for many, unforgettable. But back in 2016, Kalyppo became something more, a meme, a symbol, some even say a political weapon. And yet, its story didn't begin with controversy or a viral moment. It began, like most things do, with a simple idea. This is the story of a juice box that found its way into the national spotlight. A story about timing, culture, and how the smallest things can sometimes create the biggest results and impact. Kalyppo was first introduced in 1998 by a company called Aquafresh Ghana Limited. Their mission was simple: to create fruit juice that was free from preservatives but rich in nutrients. The kind of drink parents might feel okay about handing to their kids on the way to school. It came in a 250 milliliters box. Small, colorful, convenient. From day one, the target market was obvious: children. And it worked. The size, the price, the taste, everything appealed to the younger crowd. But good products rarely stay in one niche for long. Soon, it wasn't just school children sipping Kalyppo. High schoolers, university students, and even adults began picking it up, often out of habit, convenience, or quiet nostalgia. Over time, it became more than just a children's drink. It became a staple item. Kalyppo expanded its flavors: pineapple, orange, fruit mix, apple, multi-fruit, and what they called orange pie, a simple blend of orange and pineapple. Quietly, without fanfare, the little juice box began showing up across borders, exported to Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, and beyond. But while the drink had already become a household name, what came next, no one could have predicted, not even the company that made it. Back in 98, Kalyppo launched with just three flavors: pineapple, orange, and strawberry. The drink sold quietly in Accra and Kumasi, Ghana's two major cities. That's where it began, and where early success gave the company room to think bigger. By 2004, they added fruit mix and apple to the lineup. Most importantly, they were no longer just a city drink. Kalyppo was now being distributed across most of Ghana, in schools, traffic stops, corner shops, and roadside stores. That same year, the company, Aquafresh Ghana, became the first in the country to achieve HACCP certification. It was a milestone, a quiet one, but meaningful. It meant their production process met international safety standards, something still rare in Ghana's food industry at the time. From 2004 to 2008, Kalyppo's momentum only grew. They began experimenting with flavors like grape, lemonade, and ginger. Some worked, some didn't. But the real achievement was their growing reach across West Africa. Exports to neighboring ECOWAS countries started to take shape, slowly but steadily. Then came 2012, and another round of new variants: guava, multi-fruit, and the now popular orange pie. By 2016, tangerine joined the family. At this point, the company had expanded well beyond Ghana's borders, pushing into Central Africa, building brand loyalty, and maintaining consistent quality. For any local product, this would already count as success. But as it turns out, Kalyppo's most iconic moment wasn't about juice, market, or even taste. It was about politics. In October 2016, during Ghana's general election season, a photo surfaced online. It was simple, almost boring. A man in a white button shirt, sitting casually in the back seat of his car, sipping from a box of Kalyppo. The man, Nana Akufo-Addo, the presidential candidate for the leading opposition party, the NPP. Now, political campaigns usually rely on speeches, rallies, and press coverage. But this wasn't that. This was a man drinking juice. The photo, oddly enough, had been taken years earlier, in 2008, during a previous campaign. Why it was never released back then remains unclear. Maybe it didn't feel important, or maybe it just wasn't the right time. But in 2016, when the image finally appeared online, it exploded. Supporters of the NPP saw it as a symbol, a quite relatable moment, something almost meme-worthy. Within this, it wasn't just a photo, it was a movement. There were hashtags, Kali selfie, Kali craze, drink like Nana, enjoy like Nana. Social media lit up with parody videos, Kalyppo challenges, and mock campaign posters. Some in the ruling party, the NDC, tried to mock it, but that only made it stronger. Stores in parts of Ghana ran out of stock. People bought it not just because they liked the taste, but because it now meant something. It became a quiet form of protest, or loyalty, or both. In December, Nana Akufo-Addo won the election by a landslide. Did Kalyppo win him the presidency? Of course not, but it played a role, a small, symbolic one. And sometimes that's enough. For Aquafresh, the company behind Kalyppo, it was free marketing on a national scale. They didn't plan it, but they were ready for it. And they made the most of their moment. When the election was over, the memes faded, the hashtag stopped trending. But Kalyppo remained. The viral moment had passed, but unlike many brands that vanish after a flash of internet fame, Kalyppo didn't. It stayed on shelves, still in traffic, still in lunch boxes, still everywhere. The company continued doing what it had always done, producing, distributing, staying visible. In 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted supply chains and closed businesses, Kalyppo kept going, quietly and consistently. They introduced new flavors, tested new products, and never strayed too far from the original formula. Simple, affordable, sweet. They didn't try to replicate the 2016 magic because they didn't need to. They understood something that many brands and people miss. You ride the wave, but you build for the long game. Kalyppo was ready when the spotlight came, and when it left, they simply kept showing up. Kalyppo didn't become a household name because of one viral photo. It became a household name because someone took an idea and acted on it. They didn't overthink the market. They started small, with 3 flavors, 2 cities, and a clear goal. Then they adapted, grew, evolved. When the opportunity came, in the most unexpected way, they didn't manufacture the moment, but they were prepared to benefit from it. And that's the first lesson. 1. Take action. The difference between an idea and a product is action. Kalyppo exists because someone chose to begin. 2. Understand your customer. They didn't try to be everything to everyone. They knew what children and parents valued, and they built around that. 3. Free publicity is real, but only if you are ready. Kalyppo didn't go viral because they asked to. They went viral because the product was already on shelves, already loved, already available. 4. Emotion matters. The juice didn't change, but in 2016, it became tied to pride, humor, loyalty, and politics. It meant something to people, and that made it powerful. And the last one, your best marketers are your customers. Kalyppo didn't launch a campaign, the people did. And that's the kind of brand loyalty most businesses dream of. When people carry your message without being paid to do it. Now, if a small box of juice can become a national symbol, what's stopping you? Not every idea will go viral. Not every product will trend. But none of them will matter unless you start. Kalyppo didn't set out to become a political meme. It just showed up again and again until people started noticing. That's how it works sometimes. Consistency beats noise. Patience beats panic. And readiness beats luck. When your moment comes, whether it's a repost, a shout out, or something totally unexpected, will you be ready to own it? Because Kalyppo didn't chase the moment, but when it came, they owned it. And maybe you can own yours too. So what's going to be your Kalyppo moment? What small, quiet idea do you have that could someday grow into something bigger? Think about that. And if you enjoyed this story of culture, business, and the power of movement, consider subscribing. Drop a comment below with your favorite memory of Kalyppo or a product from your childhood that still means something to you. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's keep building.